Hey guys, Joe here. Right now we're going to be doing a shootout round of 30 frequently asked questions about car detailing. So let's get to it. The difference between a pre-wash and a regular wash is that the pre-wash is generally touchless. It's using chemicals, foams, soaps, detergents to clean the excess dirt off so that it makes it easier and allows you to do a much safer job and a much better job when you do the actual proper car wash process. Do you have to use a clay bar when you're washing your car? I'd say no. It's good to use a clay bar every few months. Depends how contaminated your car gets, but obviously wash your car with a microfiber wash mitt and everything first. But if you do need to clay it, I would say do that every couple of months and make sure it's highly lubricated. Do you have to polish your paint before getting a wax, sealant, or ceramic coating? Look, yes to most of them. You don't always have to polish your car every time you wax your car. But if you're going to wax your car or put a sealant on it, you want to make sure the paint is prepared properly, it's clear of any contaminants, and that it's obviously looking its best. So that's when I would be machine polishing it prior to doing any waxing or sealants, and especially coatings. That's a really good question. We get asked that a lot here in our business. How long does it take to detail my car? Well, it's generally asking someone like how much is a TV. It's very vague. There's so many variables. The TV could be a 50-inch, could be a 75-inch 4K, all those things. So generally speaking, if I were to say right now, I'd be saying for a detail, anywhere between 3 to 6 hours. Yeah, so why is it important to not expose your car to water after having it freshly coated? So look, that's just generally a rule that's a rule of thumb for all coating companies, where you just do not want to get the car wet like 12 to 24 hours after having it coated. Look, it's just a way to safeguard yourself, allowing the coating to cure hard enough so that if it gets wet, it's not going to deteriorate the coating in its early stages. So it is just a safety net that we really recommend clients when they bring their cars to us for us to coat. We will just keep the car overnight, so if it is raining the next day, it's all good. You just do not want to rush the process. They're spending a lot of money. Better be safe than sorry and do it the right way. What's the difference between professional grade coatings and consumer grade coatings? Well, a lot of it will come down to performance because consumer grade coatings are made to be very easy to install with minimal consequences if done wrong. So I would say because of that, the consumer grade coatings are easier to install and they won't last as long because there's not as many variables involved, not as many processes that should be done, and consumer grade coatings can just be installed in garages. Some can be installed in direct sunlight, where usually professional coatings have to be installed with, you need really good lighting, you need like near no humidity, dust-free environment, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different types of tyre shines and tyre dressings, and some say they're water-based, some say they're silicone. Generally speaking, practically here, water-based tyre shines, in my opinion, just do not last long. They look great, but they wear off. Silicone-based tyre shines last a lot longer. They cling to the tyres better with the rubber. But there's pros and cons to all of them, and I believe it all comes down to personal preference of what people like for their particular car, and also what suits a particular tyre. Some tyre shines or tyre sheens don't like certain kinds of rubbers, so it is different for every vehicle, unfortunately. Why do we use 3 buckets to wash a car? Well, using one is very dangerous. You want to make sure that you have a rinse bucket, a bucket for your wheels, and even so, you want to make sure you got like the grit guards in the bottom of them too. So it is just a safety protocol to ensure that you're reducing any chances of getting dirt in your wash mitt that's going to potentially scratch your car. So we actually have 6 buckets in our business, but you could get away with using one, but you've got to make sure you do a lot of little things along the way. If you're only going to use 1 bucket, I highly do not recommend it. Minimum would be 2 buckets in my opinion. So why do we clean wheels first? Well, to be honest, sometimes we clean wheels last. It all depends on your process. So the process you want to really do is make sure that if you are cleaning the wheels first, that you're using a completely separate bucket, separate wash mitt, car wash, everything to the rest of the car. So you can do your wheel first if you're doing that. But if you're doing the wheels last, you want to make sure that once you've washed the body that it is all dried down, and that if you do happen to wet it with the hose again after you've dried it down, you dry the body of the car down straight away. So if you're going to do wheels first or last, you're just going to make sure you're working in every other process on the vehicle in the right manner. What PSI should you get for a pressure washer at home? Look, I'm no pressure washer guru, but look, you don't really need much pressure. Any home DIY, like $100 pressure cleaner will be enough. I actually don't even know, to be honest. Like, you can get any, like your Karchers, your Gurneys, the Ryobis, they're all good. But if you're gonna go out and buy a massive petrol one that, you know, you're blasting paint off walls and stuff with, yeah, that's not good for your car. So I'm gonna have to add some texting on this one. What are my favorite detailing products? Oh my goodness, that is really, really good. So I love a product made by Optimum Car Care called Hyper Polish. I'm a big fan of the Bowden Zone flathead wheel brush. Represent one of the best wheel brushes you ever use. That's not so much a product, but and I'm also a big fan of Bowden Zone bead machine. I think that's a really, really good product. Oh man, what else do I really like? I like a lot of different products. I'm trying to choose my favorites. A little bit biased here, but the Bowden Zone Butte Beads wax is like absolutely incredible. It is just so good for a wax. I'm not really a wax man, but I'd say that's one of my favorites. Are waterless and rinseless washes just as good as a traditional wash? Well, it depends. It depends how they're used. So this could go for a little too long, but keep it real basic. Rinseless washes, if not done right, you can cause a lot of scratches and inflict a lot of damage on your car. For the right person in the right environment, rinseless washes can be amazing. But if your car is filthy dirty, there's a lot of road grime, a lot of debris and everything like that, that's when you want to do a traditional wash. Rinseless washes are more so if it's a last resort, this is my opinion, if it's a last resort, or you just want something to maintain your car that's really well maintained and maybe garage and doesn't do much driving, a rinseless wash is definitely the way to go. You save a lot of water and you save a lot of time as well. Oh yes, Curia. Hey mate, how are ya? Thank you. Why do I get water spotting on my paint? That's a really good question. It's probably one of the biggest problems with car detailing. So water spotting is generally caused when your car is beading and that has beads of water and there's dirt and dust on your car or pollution or what have you. And because it's beading, the dirt and grime gets encapsulated in the water droplets, and then your car gets warm and the water starts drying up, and because your car's warm, the paint expands and the dirt and grime embeds itself into the clear coat top surface, or if you have a ceramic coating or what have you, and that pretty much causes water spotting in the car. So generally cars that have no protection will be less likely to water spot. Is it bad to detail my car in direct sunlight? Yes, it's bad for your car. You're really, really risking it. It's probably bad for you as well. With the heat, you need to get in the shade. But you just never want to do anything on a car in direct sunlight. It's just too hot. You're working on a big, fat metal box with chemicals that are most likely going to dry up. So do it in the shade. Best way to wash microfiber towels are in the washing machine with the microfiber wash, or really just do some test and measuring and find a good liquid wash as well. But yeah, get a good washing machine. How often should I wash my car? Well, it depends how dirty you get it. Generally, like weekly would be awesome. If you can't do that, fortnightly would be really good too. Fortnightly is like the minimum amount. But if you're someone that just does not like washing their car or just don't have the time to do it, once a month. That's 12 showers a year you're giving your car. That's really not much, especially when it's a car that's worth over 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 grand. It really helps look after the vehicle. What chemicals do I use to clean my car? So when it comes to washing and drying, I'll be using probably the AutoSmart Canuba Shield Car Wash or the Bowden Zone Auto Body Gel. We'll use Bowden Zone Wheelie Clean on the wheels, dry it all down. And on interiors, while I have the little mini-me bottles in the car that I use a lot on the Tesla behind me. So we'll use Bowden's Leather Love on all the vinyl, the vegan leather, whatever you want to call it. And also the Bowden's own naked glass or the glass as well. And we'll either use the Bowden's own tire sheen or sometimes the Auto Smart one as well. Can I use dishwashing liquid to wash my car? Technically, yes, you can. But whether it's going to cause damage or not, I would very much be leaning towards saying yes, it will. It definitely will probably dry out the plastics, leave a lot of soap scum on there, discolor the trims and chrome. So yeah, it's not really what I would be using. It's full of salt and yeah, not a good move. How long can chemicals be stored? I don't know really, like maybe a year, six months. Can I phone a friend? Yeah. Yeah. I'll call someone, I'll see if he knows. So let's actually see if he answers first. Just calling Ben. Hey man, how you doing?
I am good, what's up?
Hey man, just want to know, how long do you reckon chemicals will be able to store on the shelf for?
Depends, which one, everything's different.
Yeah, so what about really clean?
8 years.
8 years?
5 to 8 years, yeah.
Wow, that's
yeah,
cool.
Easy. Yeah, no, they're mostly in that. There's only a couple that are less. So just about everything's 5 to 8, even washes are all 10 years plus. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would be less, you reckon? Which ones are a bit less?
Sun protection.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's the one, because as soon as you start using it, it gets oxygen and then it starts swapping. It's just the nature. It's a C6 polymer in that. And it's just the nature of it. There's not much, but it's minimal, as we're noticing. We've got bottles that are years old now, and they're still working. So it's really minimal. It's just what our chemist told us from the ingredient manufacturer.
Wow.
And, they said it's got there's a scientific term for it, but it just dissipates very slowly. It's the only one we've got that's sort of like that. We got told that too for the wax, but that hasn't proved the case at all. We've had it for years now. It's not at all dissipating. We've got old jars, but you use it every now and then. Still, it's like, nah, it's still the same. So once you put it into a formula, it changes. So yeah, but I know with all the other stuff, mate, like even washes, we've got a original bottle of auto body gel that's open here, and I can put it in the thing, and it still sucks up great. It's over 20 years old now.
Yeah,
so,
no, I was just curious. That's cool.
That's right.
We're doing a bit of a frequently asked questions thing, a video, and that was one of the questions we thought we'd answer, and I'm just phoning a friend.
Just depends. No, it just depends. Literally just depends on the product. But Willy Clean is easily in a condition of a garage where it's moderate temperature fluctuations. If it's extreme heat, extreme cold every day, yeah, you can have other things happen. But I don't know anyone that stores it like that. You have to be putting it outside or next to a furnace or something to do. Or people, you just don't know, everyone's circumstances are differently.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of the stuff that why it could be like that. But yeah, but in general conditions,
yeah,
just keeps on going and going.
Oh, cool, man. Oh, thanks for that. That's good. Good to know. Thanks, dude.
Too easy.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you, Joe.
See you, man. All right, so Dan the man said himself, 5 to 8 years on most products. One of them's brand new. Can you smell it? Tough smell. Doesn't sound good, hey? So noisy. I think you can just smell it now. Whew. So if you've got a four-wheel drive, should you get PPF or ceramic coating? Oh man, that is such a hard one. That's a very interesting phone call that we generally have. Look, it depends how much money you've got. I'll put it that way. Like simple, that's just the truth. If you are happy to get a ceramic coating machine polished out and recoated every time after you do a trip, that's fantastic. Do that. But if you want to protect the paintwork and you don't mind thin scratches on the surface, which would be like in the film of the PPF, the paint protection film, then get PPF. So, it is a hard one. There is no perfect answer, but I would be leaning towards more paint protection film because it can handle a lot more damage and have a lot more stuff inflicted upon it than a ceramic coating would by far. What product is safe to remove bird poo or tree sap off your car? So first of all, you want to wet it and like leave some water and a bit of soap on the surface to try and loosen it up and soften it up. If car wash doesn't take it off, then I would be moving to using a really good product actually made by Bowden Zone. Once again, like this is not a paid video at all. Please hope you don't think that, but Bowden Zone Bugger Off. It is like incredible. It's really good at loosening up bug guts, bird poo, all that kind of stuff. So I would use that product, the Bugger Off product. Will iron remover damage my ceramic coating? I think it all depends on like if it's actually an acidic iron remover or if it's pH neutral. Look, some ceramic coatings or graphene coatings, whatever you're using, yeah, it could, I believe, or at least it could take away the hydrophobic properties. So you want to make sure the product that you're spraying on is safe for coatings. That's the first and foremost, but it can affect coatings, but also too, if it is a professional grade coating, I would say it shouldn't. It actually shouldn't affect it. But then also too, what's really important to understand is if you're spraying it on, how are you actually working it? Are you rubbing it in hard? Are you using a wash mitt or a rag? Or are you simply just spraying on, pressure cleaning off? So just got to think about what kind of friction is being applied to that, because if it is reacting to metal particles and you're pushing those metal particles in to the paint and literally like, you know, rubbing them into the clear coat, that could cause issues for your ceramic coating. What does pH neutral mean? So you've got like a scale with acid and alkaline. pH neutral is like being in the middle, like, so it's saying it's pH neutral, it's a perfect balance. There's not too much acid, there's not too much alkaline content, it's just right. So if you find a pH neutral car wash, that's what you want, which most are these days, really. It's very hard to find, but it's only pH neutral if you have the correct soap to water ratio. So you want to make sure that you're putting the right amount of soap in per litre that the bottle recommends doing. What's the best way to make my car smell good? So simple answer would be keep it clean. Probably not using the little trees and stuff in my personal opinion, but making sure the carpet's shampooed regularly, you know, cleaning the surfaces so that if you've got kids, you know, you're cleaning up any residue from food and drinks and stuff like that. So typically keeping food out, or if you do gym a lot or you work outside and you get in the car hot and sweaty, you want to make sure you're regularly cleaning the car, that's for sure. What's the best clay bar? Well, there is no particular brand, I would say, but what it comes down to is understanding what grade of clay you need for what you're doing. Some clay bars or clay towers even are a thicker grade, so they're harder and they're taking off thicker, heavier contamination, where you might need a very soft clay bar or clay tower that's really picking up the super fine granular particles of contamination. There's not one perfect clay bar, just like there's not one perfect everything or one best of everything. It's all dependent on what you're actually doing. How do I know when my car needs to be polished? You take it to a really good detailer that's got good recommendations and does good work, and ask them. But generally, like honestly, if you put your hand in a bag, it feels really rough. After you've washed it and it still feels gritty. If it looks really dull, if you get some lights on it, maybe go to the fuel station, and if the LEDs are on it and there's a lot of lines and marks, that's when you really need to get it machine polished. What's a graphene coating? That's a really good question. Some are rubbish, that's for sure, and there's some that are really good. So graphene coatings, honestly, they are a ceramic coating with an additive chemical or ingredient, which is graphene. Okay, which is graphite. So it is just a ceramic coating with a few added benefits, I guess. So that's what a graphene coating is. What's the best microfiber? So definitely not the ones that are for like $2 or you buy in the bag and it's like clothes that have been thrown in there. The best microfiber is a blend, it's called a 70-30 blend, which is a blend of polyester and polyamide. So you want to make sure, you want to find out what the blend of that microfiber is. If it's 70-30, is it 90-10? 70-30, anything close to 70-30 is really good. Most common is 70-30 or 80-20. And you want to know what yarn it is as well. All right, so some of those details you probably won't be able to find out from the shop that you're buying from, but if you read the fine print or contact the microfiber manufacturer, I would say that, find that out. But personally, we use a lot of the Autofiber range of microfiber, and we actually sell it as well. So yeah, I'm biased. I think that's the best microfiber. All right, so is that 30, Jordan? All right, we're done. See you later. Tell us what you reckon. Thanks, guys.